I was wrong, and Škoda caught me and called me out, and now everyone can see it, because in my update video for the version 5.4 for all ENYAQs with software version 4, I said I doubt that there will be remote access for the car. Yet, see here, I'm just said unlock with my app and the car unlocks, because Škoda really delivered this feature. You now have it in your app. Excuse the German app here, but you are now also able to remotely unlock and lock your car with your app when you're coming from software version 4. And with that, hello friends of the Electrified Charging Fun, and welcome to Electrified Speicher, your channel all around Škoda's e-mobility. My name is Matthias, and in this video I'll show you my updated ENYAQ from version 4.1 to 5.4. And we talk about everything what's new, or at least what I found what's new, but I want to give you more information. I had the chance to see behind the curtain of an update at the dealership. What are they really doing there? Is this simply a button press, or is it even more? Did everything went smooth, or were there errors? And of course, everything that changed that I found in this video. And if that's of interest for you, well then, stay tuned. This time I had the chance to see how a dealer does an update in the car, because I bet we all have our own opinions how this should work, right? The dealer gets the car, hits a button, and the update runs. But it's not as you would imagine. It's a completely different story. I was there the whole 5 hours of my update, and what I saw, well, let me tell you. First off, they do a diagnostic of your car with their ODIS system, their software system. They read all of the software versions out of every control unit of your car. My RS has 79 of them. Yes, 79 control units. It's not only the infotainment with its iCAS 3 server or the driver system with its iCAS 1. There's way more. After that, they start the update. And well, the first step really is an USB stick, which they plug into your car. And there's 9 gig of data on it, which is solely the new infotainment on the iCAS 3. And that took about half an hour. And you already saw it here now in the video how this runs. And after that, the infotainment is already on 5.4. But this is not even half of it. Then they start the update of the control units and the iCAS 1. And this is not done like this. Therefore, they need their ODIS system again. They plug in again an OBD adapter, and it's done by wire. Yes, you heard that right. And then the manual work starts. They have to start it in the program. Then they have to add something here, check something there. Then they have to enter some codes in it. And there's a lot of work going on. And when this is running, you already heard it right now, and maybe you ask yourself, what is that noise in this video? This is the sound your car makes while being updated, constantly. This is a sound generator for the sound you normally have when you're driving slow, and it goes high and low and fast and slow. And during the whole process, over hours, the car makes these sounds. And they do not only update one car at once, they update maybe 3 or 5. Can you imagine that concert? The idea behind it is that the car makes the noise so you can do other stuff and know the car is doing something. But why don't they turn it around? Let the car be silent until there's a problem, and then run a sound. Well, that's one side of the story. And the technician was the whole time he was working and doing something, and then it runs unattended. Then again, he has to check something, and everything's in between. Checking, seeing if everything is correct. If it's not okay, you have to do the step all over again. Maybe you have even to take a sleep, as they call it. So let the data system rest for 10 minutes, like we already spoke about that on the channel very often, and. So this is not just pressing a button at the dealership. And I now really have a good understanding what dealers are up to when such a soft date might occur and they have to do it. But what I can't understand is Volkswagen. I do not even blame Škoda here, because this works comes definitely from Volkswagen. This can't be it in 2025. You're serious? But we all know why they have to do it like this. Because of all the control units. Way too much. Imagine, 79. A Rivian of today has 7. And I wrote an article about that on my blog. You might want to read it, about how the legacy architecture of this car is a big handicap to Volkswagen. But again, there is a lot of room for improvement in such updates at the dealership. As I already said, my update went through in 5 hours, let it be 5.4 hours, and it ran flawlessly. We had no problems at all during the update. Everything was okay. And then there's a final check after the update. You read all the systems for any errors, and we had nearly 600, but that is normal because during update some units are not working, throwing errors, stuff like that. So you clear the error memory and do a check again, and we were down to 20, and we were rather quick. At the end there were 2 errors left, which were really errors. The first one, the rear camera did not have any picture anymore. It stayed black. My dealership just solved that. I don't know how, but they solved it rather quick. The second problem was a bit more serious. It was an error in the drivetrain. Red icon changing with the yellow icon, and it says wrong motor coding, whatever that means. They couldn't solve that on their own. They didn't find the solution for that. And we thought, well, that was it, because they had to ask the technical support, which then had to ask the factory in the Czech Republic. So I already left the dealership at that time, and 2 hours later, they got a response with a software update for the iCars 1, where this error got removed. And in the meantime, when I checked my mails and comments, a lot of you also experienced the same. Everything went flawlessly with the update, yet the rear camera was not working, and you've got an error in the drivetrain. It is solved by now with a software update. I don't know if that is some special electrified Speicher bonus here, that they reacted as fast or that they had the update already and could deliver it. But here it is, and it might help your update as well if you are stuck on this. And now my car runs in perfect condition on software version 5.4, and we will now have a look at that version and the changes I found. So let's talk about the changes and the new stuff you get when you update to 5.4. And the first thing you will directly notice when you enter your car, because it has to do with the lock-in screen, which now is in Danish, because this is my international channel, and why not just take Danish, for example? Don't panic, the rest of the video with this screen is done in English again. And what changed here is you no longer have to press OK to confirm your profile. Just select D or B, start driving, and it will magically disappear, and you're locked in. What you saw here is a quality of life improvement. When you operate the display and you're close for the interruption, you see it up here in the bar, and you also see how long it lasts. And when you do not like that sound at the end, well, go to Sound, Settings, and just deactivate enabling tone of the infotainment after safety interruption. Let's first have a look at the cockpit display and the changes here. A very minor change you might notice is the redesign of the auto hold function. So when it is active in the 4th software generation, you had auto hold in bigger letter marks. Now it's only hold up here and a smaller font, so it doesn't take as much real estate of your small display as before. And when you switch over here, I have a route guidance active. Well, you know, you can switch to the consumption. And the first thing you notice, there was no factory reset. Here is my long-term value still active in my car. And when I switched through them, well, it might seem to be the same as before, yet they did a subtle change here. The driven mileage was at the top left and the consumption was at the bottom left. Now they switched places. And another thing I can't show you right now, but which is also quite handy, is if you have the route guidance active and you want to only see the consumption here, it will stick. Even if there is a route guidance change. In the software version 4, it always switched between those values, but never switched back. So once a new information comes from the route guidance, it switched, and you never got back to the consumption. You had to do that manually. Now it's switching automatically. Once the update is done, you should see a screen exactly like this. And you see, I'm still logged in into my car up here. So again, there is no factory reset needed. Yet some dealerships do that proactively. Well, that's okay, but it's way more convenient not to get that factory reset. It's not mandatory by the manual for this update. So you see, I'm still a primary user. And what we also see is we've got some messages up here. And since some already disappeared, you can see them in the German video. Battery Care was telling me I should reduce the charge limit to 80% because I charged the car to 100 and drove to the dealer. You never know how much SoC you need. And we also have an information that there was a manual update done. But what you can see here right now, those two which are left are the most important ones. You need to log in again, despite the fact that you are still the primary user and logged in. And we've got some app updates here. With the new software version, there are also new versions of all those apps in your car, and you see them down here. I will install them just after the video. They are also for free. And now let's dive into more changes which are here in the new software version. You should be welcomed by the screen after the update, and the keen eye already noticed the difference to the screen before with software version 4. Yes, now you've got 4 favorites for apps down here instead of 3. And the reason is simple. They changed the icons in the menus and sorted them rather good, instead of before where they were sorted quite worse, where mainly everything was in the vehicle menu. Now you only got the vehicle related functions in the vehicle menu and the rest went down to the apps. Yes, you can discuss whether climatization should be in the apps whilst stationary air conditioning is in the vehicle, yet it's much better right now. And therefore, you can make use of the 4th favorite down here. I put directly the AC down here. And another thing which will a lot of you like is you have new vehicle favorites up here. Let's go to the configuration. And especially one you will love. And this is at the end of the list. Speed warning. Yes. Now you can toggle the road sign recognition up here. Which means if, for example, you drive through a construction site and the speed limits is wrongly recognized too low and you could drive faster, you do not want to have the alarm sounded every time, just deactivate it up here with the new favorite. Let's go to the driving modes. And when we open them up, you see now this is not just gray in the background. They have put the images there blurred out from the bigger menu here. And another big change, which I personally like, is when you hit individual, you have that no matter if you have a DCC or not, and go to adjust. You already have the exterior engine sound to switch between normal and sport, which we know from the Elrock and the ENYAQ facelift. This is the sound done for pedestrians, and now you have 2 different sound options here. And I didn't expect that to be in the update, to be honest, but it is. And with that, let's directly move over to parking. The parking got some changes as well when we go to the camera. And one I can't show you. This is the black screens, because they are gone. With the software version 4, frequently you simply get for 10 seconds or something like this black screen here. And therefore, they fixed it. Now there shouldn't be any more black screens. Lines you see here for parking or for the trailer assist got changed because now the symbols are up here, no longer down here. Same for the camera in the front. And another thing I think they changed is when we hit that, the view angle even is bigger, because before I'm pretty sure we didn't saw the upper parts of the boot. One big quality of life improvement is this one here. In the previous version, for when you hit for sound or wherever you did it, this sound bar, this adjustment bar, blocked the whole screen for a couple of seconds, as long as it is in the view field. Now, when it's there, just tap on the display and it's still usable, so it goes directly away. You do not have to wait any longer for the sound volume to disappear. And talking about sound volume, there is another change done, which you will hear right now when you exit the car. Yes, there is now a melody playing like it is playing in the ENYAQ and ENYAQ facelift. And if you do not like that sound, just go to Apps, Sound, Settings, and deactivate the goodbye sound in case you don't like it. Now let's head to climatization, AC. Because we've got some changes here. First off, the screen has its rework. No longer 3D logo of the user here. It's flat as it should be. But another big change happened. You now have the heaters button, as I already explained, with the software version 5.4, which combines several heaters you can configure here. And every heater you activate down here out of this 4 will be activated like, let's do this here, so you can see it. When you activate the heaters up here, as you see, my seat heating is now active and it shows you which one are. And of course, you've got a favorite for that, which you could put up here, which is here. So you can heat up to 4 things with just one press of a button. Still talking about this upper bar where we are already here, well, there's another function which is bug fixed. This is interior monitoring. In the previous version of 4.x, this button didn't work. Now it's working flawlessly. And with that, we had to a much bigger change, or a lot of changes which were done to the map and the route guidance. And maybe you already saw it here that the image is a bit changed. But you see it much better when we go to the big screen here. Yes, the fonts got improved and the view got improved. It's way more crisp. It's way better than before. And what you already see, you see a lot of chargers. And even on higher zoom levels, they stay, yet they got sorted by speed. And even on that zoom level, where previously were no chargers visible, you see the high performance chargers. Also when driving, which is a big improvement that you now see chargers along your route and do not have to search the menu or use the search function. And another thing is when we zoom way more out is the range cloud is now really a cloud. No longer just a sharp line, but really a cloud. And maybe since I have a route guidance active, you notice something else. Yes, the font up here for your arrival time, or when you tap on it, the driving time left and the left kilometers you have to drive is bigger and way easier to read. Here you don't find much changes, and still to see how much you charge and to the SoC you charge, you have to tap on it, but still more changes here on the map. You've got some new icons. I'll let you find those icons yourself. But now let's go to the menu here. And within the menu, a thing you do not know when you come from software version 4, the electric vehicle route planner. They got some decentralized, or let's say misplaced functions out of the menus and put them all together in the electric vehicle route planner where they belong. So all important stuff around charge planning when you have route guidance are now in this menu, from the automatic planning down to the range at the destination or at the charging stop to the automatic optimization of rapid charging. And this electric vehicle route planner is also integrated in charging right now. When you go to the settings, you also have them here, so you can access them at both menus where you're supposed to find electric route and charge planner. 5.4 also brings a feature to charge planning and route guidance, which is kind of hard to simulate. I managed to do this. It's also in one of my road trip videos, because normally you have your charging limit here set to 80%. But now the charge planning is able to override this and does a charge planning if necessary, which goes longer. I managed to do this here with 81%. It could also be 85%. And this is quite handy because sometimes it's better to charge a couple of percentages more to be faster at your destination than to hit another charger. Yet I know 5.4 does not bring charging provider filters or anything like that. We all know this, and this is highly needed, but this is a kind of nice feature for being better on the road, that the charge planning now is able to override the overall setting in the charge menu. This should be it for software version 5.4 for all the ENYAQs. And you saw a lot of changes, yet I bet not everything, because I will not find every single change. Well, maybe you found additional stuff and maybe you have additional information. Then write them down in the comments. What you've already found, what also changed with 5.4. Because there is a lot of quality of life improvements done to the car. And if you ask me, I'm really happy that Škoda brought this update to the older ENYAQs. The much improved head-up display is a real bless. And the so much improved hand recognition will help on long distance travels, and not pressing OK is also quite handy, or having the volume gone away and not blocking the display, and so much more. Therefore, this is quite a good thing, and the next update is already coming. This is 5.6. And the rumors are all over the place in the internet right now. There was a leak that the ID bus gets the software version 5.6 starting calendar week 36. I guess we will see ENYAQs and Elroqs also with software version 5.6. I have no clue what this version will bring. I'm on it. I'm trying to get information and bring a video as soon as possible. And I would bet calendar week 36 is it. And then I'm curious when the cars on the road with software version 5. Whatever will get the software version 5.6. Will it be over the air? And will my ENYAQ as well get 5.6? Well, that will be a really nice video. Another topic you are asking so often, I will do. I did the research for it. It was very, very much effort to get all the information. That is about the user, the accounts, and the profiles. What are the rights of the main user? What is a guest user? What is the guest? What is stored on your profile in your car? What is uploaded to the cloud? What remains in your car? What is taken over if you switch cars and just drive another Elroq or ENYAQ? And how is this all playing together with your key fob? Is there still information on it? And what about the buttons down there at your electric seat? And this will be a video coming soon to the channel, a very extensive video. I'm trying to explain you everything about that. And that, again, is a really good reason to hit that subscribe button down there so you do not miss out any new content. And also, think about supporting me. You will find a PayPal link down in the description. You will find the data for a bank transfer in the description. And you will also find an Amazon link down there, which just leads to the homepage. Buy whatever you need, and you do not pay any more money for it. The price stays the same, yet I earn a small commission from the seller. Buy whatever you need, and what would you buy anyway? And you support me. I bet we see each other in the next video. And until then, stay full of energy.